Hello, hello, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I'm about to paint flowers. I laugh because I paint a lot of flowers. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a bunch of flowers or just random flowers. So we'll see. I'm not gonna, a lot of times I'll put a lot of stems down here, but I'm gonna try to hold back and see what happens. I laugh. I have to laugh at myself when I'm painting. So, I'm like, what are we gonna do? My son Owen is 11 and he has autism, and he helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings. And so we do a hand over hand method, and he helps me paint the backgrounds. I think I said that. But with this, I like to use, like, when I'm painting, I paint several of them with him, because I paint every day, but he paints randomly with me. And so when I do that, I have him paint, and we'll use all the colors, and so whatever's on the paintbrush, and I like to kind of do the effects there, because it then shows different coloring and everything as we go along. So that's kind of where you see all the shading from. And to follow suit with that is I pretty much paint the same way, especially when I'm doing flowers, unless there's a specific flower that I'm trying to figure out how to do. I will just randomly paint and continue to paint with the same brush, because I like the colors that it adds onto there as I'm painting. So that's why I do what I do. That's somewhat why I do what I do, I suppose. I sound like I have a frog in my throat tonight, but I think it's that I'm exhausted. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But it sounds like a frog in my throat. Or to me it does. And I guess I should know. I think I might be slap happy. Maybe that's why I think I'm so tired. I put tons of colors on my plate today, and I put them on the parchment paper, easy for me to say, because I spread it out and it dries, and then I make paint blobs. That's what I call it, paint blob jewelry, or magnets and different things like that. So that's what that is. And I'm kind of just random right now, I think, is what's happening here. Oops. Now see, that right there, that we're just gonna put right in there. That is what happens when I tend to put way too much paint on my paintbrush a lot of times. And so I end up dropping paint like that quite often, and we just have to go with it. And so what happens sometimes is I do that, and then I need to put all kinds of stuff. I will drop the paint all over, hoping that makes a change, or makes the difference. The little, like, sprayed, I hit I can't talk. I can't think what I'm trying to say. I hit the paintbrush to leave the flecks of paint. So it looks like so far I'm just kind of doing random, more random than normal random, I suppose. I don't know what that means, but there we are. So we're just going to keep going, and eventually it'll all come together. And if it doesn't, we'll just keep going. So it'll just all mush at some point. That's what happens. Or at least that's what I tell myself it'll happen. See right there? That's what I was talking about. And I'm trying to do a little different flower. And so you just drop it on there. That's the technical term. Technical way to do it. And then you just keep pushing these things out like this. And taking some of the other color. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. You gotta have fun. You just gotta paint. And that's what happens. I had in my mind that I was going to do something completely different. And I started thinking about it, and I just wasn't quite ready to do it yet, to figure it out. So I'm going to think on it a little bit longer and then do it. So hopefully, maybe in the next day or so, I'll figure out how. I want to write on a cross that I'm going to make with some flowers, but I want to get it in my head, and I'm not exactly good at handwriting things. I have a bit of a shake. It's hard to see on there probably, but I shake. And so straight lines and me don't get along. Writing and me don't get along. And so trying to figure out how to write neatly. And if you've watched before, you know that I like to paint quick and get this stuff done. So taking the time to write neatly, that's gonna be a challenge for my brain. I can tell you, that's gonna be a challenge. So I gotta also figure that out before I do it. I know there's like stencils, and I could probably use ruler or something, but I gotta figure it out, because I don't generally use tools or other contraptions while I'm painting. So that'll be a learning curve. I've never taken like any art classes or anything. I've just kind of been painting every day for years now. And so I think that's kind of where some of this comes from, is I really don't know what I'm doing. I just paint from my heart. I paint from just, life, my heart, what I feel, what I want to feel, what I want to think about. And so when you do that, it's not necessarily like, there's no perfection in these paintings. All it is the story of my son and I and our daily adventures, and from there it means a lot to me to be able to paint with my son and how far he's come. And we just, sometimes I feel like I don't take enough time to be thankful for all of the things, he's come a long way. And I can sit here and I can cry because that's what happens a lot. But where he's come from, it's, night and day. And, when the doctors say that he may never talk, and they tell you these things, and it's hard. It's hard listening to somebody that doesn't know your child or doesn't have that expectation that everything's going to be okay and everything's going to work out. And, it's hard. And it's hard when your child isn't meeting those milestones that they want you to have, a paper at the office, the doctor's office or something. When you go, you have to fill out all the paperwork, all of those milestones. And when you just keep thinking about those moments in time where he hasn't met one of those milestones, or he hasn't finished doing XYZ. It's hard. It's hard, and it's soul-searching kind of thing that you have to dig deep and understand that you have to keep pushing yourself, keep pushing your child, keep pushing all of your moments, And it's important to remember that you are part of the journey. And I always say that autism is as much about how I handle it as it is about Owen having it. Because I have to be calm in moments that are hard. And I have to be calm in moments that I want to cry. And I cry in moments that I probably should be calm. And the cycle goes around and around and around. But I have to remember to be kind to my own heart, my own soul. And that's sometimes more than I do. So if we can learn anything about ourselves, it's to be kind. Be kind and take the time for yourself, for your emotions. And I do that a lot. I'm constantly trying to figure out how to help Owen, but I have to remember to help myself. I have to remember to take time for myself. And I can tell you, when you are a parent of a child that has wants, desires, needs, and you don't always meet those moments in time for their expectations. If he wants a cup of milk and he asks, and I'm not right in the moment, right there to get it for him, he asks again and again and again and again and again. And he doesn't understand that it takes time to get a glass of milk sometimes. So it's trying to find a way to teach my son that we give kindness and grace and patience to everybody, and also to help him learn how to do the things he needs to do, and I need to do, and we need to do, and life, everybody. And so we're getting there. He is doing amazing things. He can speak in more languages than I can tell you. He has Siri and Alexa going sometimes at the same time, asking for all of these words in all of the languages that they can translate. It is cool. It's amazing that he has taught himself so much and done so many things. And so I'm happy and I'm proud and I'm excited. And, when I go back and I think, this is the child they said may not talk. And here he is. Not only is he talking, but he's saying things in all of these languages. And I get it, they have to tell you that your child might not talk because, that's what it is. But don't give up hope. Don't give up on those moments. And keep pushing forward. And, that's the thing is I kept telling Owen, I'm like, you can talk. I know you can talk. I know you can say words and your name and things. And I kept telling him that he had to find it in his mind to talk, to look someplace else in his mind that was a different place for him to be able to clearly think through those moments. And here he is, And it's hard. We've gone through tons of different supplements, and he's in lots of therapies, but when I hear him and he is saying and thriving and got a great report from his therapist today, and just all of that, every minute of every day that I can't explain how or what or why, he's learning different things or what I'm doing. It's all about the love. Our journey is not always easy to explain, but the love sure is. He's my world. He's my world, and I'm so incredibly proud of how hard he has worked to get there. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. A child that can remember, and this is the other part that's so hard for me, because a child that can remember what somebody wore 2 years prior, or longer, probably, when they saw them, that person, they've got a big brain. They've got a lot in their brain that they need to share. And that's the cool thing, is my son is sharing all of the stuff. Today was a hard day because he was sharing, but he was in a huge meltdown over us going what he thought was the wrong direction, because I was trying to take him. He's been using these maps, like Google Earth, to find like where we live and the places he wants to go visit, and I thought it was going to help him, and in a lot of ways I think it is and will help him, but right now he's still struggling with like how to communicate. Even though he talks all the time, he doesn't necessarily understand how to be calm in the moment to explain what he really wants. And I'm not even explaining that well. He wanted to go a different way than I was taking him. And he just didn't like want to even think about going the way I was going. And so I thought I was taking him someplace that he would be excited about because he's been watching this on his tablet for days. And I was so excited to take him. And he had a huge meltdown over it because I didn't drive him towards the church and railroad tracks first. So, instead of thinking or, it being a happy moment for him, he was overwhelmed and had a huge meltdown, and all I could do was just drive us home. And then we sat out in the car for a good while, just trying to talk about it and work through all of it. So, that's emotional because I was hoping and thinking that I was giving him some fun. I was taking him to something that he was going to enjoy, and instead it caused him more upset, more emotions, more heartache. I'm not sure what the right word is. So, it's a learning experience, a growing experience. It's finding all of this for all of the things. And that's part of it. That's part of the victories. That's part of the challenges. That's part of the things we have to work on. And that's why I say, autism is as much about how I deal with it as it is with Owen having it. So, but thankfully, when we got inside, he was very calm after a little bit. He took his bath, and he had a great rest of his night. And that's the part that's important. Once we go through those moments. But I learn, I learn. I have to learn. I have to help him through those moments. And I will grow as much as he does. Or I hope I grow as much as he is. I can't decide. See, this is where I get myself in trouble. I have this big blob and I was about to do something and I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna figure it out. Figure out how that's gonna work itself. If you've watched any of my things before, I always say that I like to watch paint dry. And I love putting pink on pink or, green on green or whatever it is, because I like to see how it kind of fades or becomes bolder depending on, the way it's in there and everything. So I like figuring that out. Now this looks like an ant alien monster or something. I don't know. We got to do something about that. It had eyes or something there. So I just need it to be a little more something that does not have eyes anymore. I got blue on my, which is okay. We just keep going. See, that's what I said. We just keep going. I don't necessarily know that I really wanted that to end up like that, but it's okay. We just make it happen. This is how the random things happen. We just make them random. And now I have to kind of do something over here because this was not what I planned either, but we're going for it. And then we're gonna put down the brush so that nothing else happens. I'm not quite sure what's going on up there, but it is what it is. And who likes that saying and who does not? So, I got this little random guy down here, but maybe I'll put another, like, kind of one. Sometimes you just need, like, extra leaves. That's a word that I always get myself going on. Maybe I need a little more, like, blue this way. That might help. And a couple other little things. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we needed. Maybe that's what I need up here. Oh, I forgot I had the purple there. Maybe that's what we need. I think that might just solve my problem. Or add to it. Okay, I could stand here and do this all day. I do O for Owen. And then I do L and B. Now, this is as much about our story as the whole painting because O is first since he's the foundation of why I started painting, and then the L and the B. So that is our story for tonight. So thanks for being a part of the journey with us, and thanks for watching. Doodles!